Hi there, Tabitha Goldsmith with Fit with Grace Coaching today, and I am honored to bring on one of my clients from my 21-day metabolic reset. This was a new program that we just launched that was super successful, and I have just been so excited about the results that people have been getting and the transformations that have occurred in only 3 weeks. And then I cannot wait to see what happens over the next 12 weeks for people who are moving into my signature Fit with Grace coaching program. I wanted to just give you a little peek into the mind of one of my clients, Kenda Haynes, who is on with us today. Hi, Kenda.
Hi.
I
Thanks for
would love for Yes, thank you for being here. I would love for you to just introduce yourself and then maybe let everybody know kind of what brought you here to begin with. What made you choose this program or me over anything else that's out there?
Okay, so like you said, my name is Kenda. I work full time and I'm a single mom of a couple young adults, and I am just life is busy. Life is super busy, and I've been following you for a while, joined some webinars, watching your lives, and just really have liked what you've had to say. I decided to join the metabolic reset after working through a few things, because you don't focus on perfection. You focus on a lot of grace, and you have helped change mindset. And I could tell that from your videos and the way you speak on social media. And so that was what really drew me to you in the first place.
I love it. It makes me so happy to hear that that you recognize that even just without doing a program initially, that you were drawn in, because the mindset component, I always say the work that I've done for the last 22 years, I can write programming. I can give you a flexible food strategy, I call it, but a meal plan. We can manage nutrition and exercise all day long to get you incredible results. But if you are still carrying the same old story in your mind about what's possible for you, or what is even available, the results don't stay. So we want to transform from the inside out. That I like to call it mind to muscle transformation. So tell us, what was kind of your goal going into the 21 day?
My main goal was figuring out something that would last forever. So not that all my results would happen in 21 days, but that I would start tools that I could carry through my life, and I wouldn't have to keep restarting my fitness journey.
Yes. And it's been so fun to watch this and just to be able to talk with you over the last few weeks. How has that shown up? Like how have you started that process just in the last 3 weeks?
I would say one of the most transformational things for me has just been the mindset of nothing's off limits. I can have anything that I choose. The question really is, what are you going to choose? So if I want to have, for example, that piece of chocolate Texas sheet cake at my family picnic because it triggered a bunch of childhood nostalgia, then I'm going to have it with no guilt or regret afterward, because I made the decision to have it, and it wasn't made out of an emotional, like, coping space.
So good. I told you, like, all of the results and all the changes that you had shared with me, the thing I was most excited about is that story about the sheet cake, because when people recognize that food is there, it is a gift, it's something meant to be enjoyed. But when we're able to create intentionality in our choices and decide what we want and why, and then not attach shame or guilt to it, that is how we continue making progress with our body physically, because we are changing the way we view ourselves and the process and food as a whole. It's so cool. Have you seen it ripple into any other areas of your life at all?
I have. I've actually, so this perfectionistic mindset is just kind of how I've lived my life all these years. And so I typically don't do things until they're 100% ready to roll. So one of the things that I've been trying to do is get a new business started, and I've just been learning some new tools and trying to build a website and planning to reach out to new clients and that sort of thing. And I've been dragging my feet for a couple of months. Just like, it's not ready. I need to learn more. I need to do this. I need to do that. And over the last 3 weeks, I've just been like, with all this mindset conversation and the shifts that I've been taking, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So, all right, this is what we're doing this week. We're going to get this done and we're going to roll it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be changed later. And just the process of kind of stepping into the space, even though it's scary and unknown, but just
Yeah.
push.
See, I can't even help my eyes. I've already heard you tell this story and my eyes start to leak because, all the feelings are right here all the time. It's just part of me, but it's so powerful. I mean, this is why I do the work that I do. It's so empowering when you recognize that. And I use that word messy action, right? We take that messy action forward. It might be in, deciding, hey, I don't feel like working out right now, but I'm going to cut down on that procrastination. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to do just one round of this workout and get it done because I am this healthy human being. I decided I'm going to do this and I am just going to do it, bypass all of the extra stuff. And then that's a fitness component, but it ripples into everything else. So it's so cool to see how in such a short amount of time you have been able to harness that energy, because that's what we're working in. It is an energy transfer of this is possible here. And now suddenly I have this motivation and this drive and this, I'm overriding the fear and I'm just going to move forward in the direction that I want to go. That is what encompasses life and health coaching in my practice and what I do. So it's so fun to see that happen. Would you share, is there anything before joining the program that kind of held you back? Any fears or limitations that were sitting there, and what were they? And then what kind of put you over the edge to decide I'm going to step out in that fear and just do it?
Yeah. So one of my biggest fears was that I was going to fail again. So I'm going to spend this money. I'm going to make this investment in myself and I'm just going to fail on myself again. And I'm going to just be right back where I started. Honestly, speaking with you is kind of what helped me like rethink that mindset of what is your worth? What is your value? You're not going to fail. And you honestly telling me you're not going to fail. You can't fail. Like we make decisions and we process through them and then we move forward. And just being reassured of that was huge for me to take that step and jump in. And I have zero regrets for doing it.
So good. So good. And I've said this, but it really is just the beginning. I mean, you're planning to move into the 12-week signature program. And it is, like I said, an energy transfer. We are moving from one program, staying connected through this process into the next. But this is the beauty of coaching. This is the value of having a neutral space and somebody to guide you with support and accountability, because there does need to be a clear plan, right? We have, especially with health and fitness, we need some strategy. With anything, with business, you can't just on a whim start a business. You have to kind of have some strategy. But I almost say 90% of what we do in life is overriding the hard, scary thing and just taking that forward movement. So we need strategy and structure, but it's not going to do anything for us. We can consume all the content. We can look on Pinterest and pin all of the meal plans and exercises. And tomorrow I'm going to start. Next week I'm going to start. It's really busy this week. My kids are in school. Now we have all the holidays. I'm going to do it later. We can always push it off. And I know this story deeply because I've lived it a lot in my own life and I see it every day with clients. But when you're able to harness the power between your ears and recognize that you have more control over your thoughts and feelings than what you thought, that's what's transpiring for you, which is so cool on my end to watch. So I love that you are willing to share that with us. I am curious, is there anything that you would share with somebody if they're kind of on the fence of, listen, I already know what to do. I hear this often. I know what to do. I actually work with a lot of health and fitness professionals. I work with other coaches who do what I do. I have multiple coaches in areas that I need some honing and some support in, just to have that sounding board, that safe space to process with. And okay, yeah, no, actually, you're right. Just that one step forward. I'm not going to fail as long as I move forward. what would you say to somebody who's kind of in that space of, I don't know, it's kind of a big investment, or I should know this anyways. I already know, I just have to do it. And they're struggling internally with, why am I not doing the thing? What would you maybe share with them in moving the needle forward and just deciding, we all kind of need that extra support. It's just, is it me or not? I don't know. I mean, I always tell people I'm neutral on whether you work with me, but in what is possible, like, would you share what you might tell them?
Yeah. So one of the things that I would say is I know what to do too, but I wasn't doing it. And there's a few pieces of your program that really made that possible. It's the accountability of you checking in, and also the group that you give us. One second.
No worries.
I'm gonna mow
Yep, no worries.
the window. So it's the group that we're plugged into. So the accountability that comes with the group. And then what is the other? There was another thing.
The mower distracted you. That happens to
Yep.
me often.
Okay, so
We were just talking about kind of what you might share with somebody who feels like, I know what to do. I can do this. I have to figure it out. I need to just do it. And
Yeah.
and the problem is, it's really hard. I mean, you're not doing it right now, and it's within you, but what kind of pushed you over the edge? What got you to the point that you're at now, and what you might share with them to kind of decide if it makes sense for them as well?
okay, so the first thing was that really made a huge difference for me, because I know what to do too, and
Mhm.
I've done it before, but I just can't seem to do it again, is the accountability of the group. So there's the accountability of you checking in, our accountability within the group, and then the encouragement that happened within the group. But then I think even bigger than that is the mentality shift, because yeah, I knew what to do, but every time I didn't do it, I literally beat myself up over it. Like,
Mhm.
why can't
Yeah.
you do it? What is wrong with you? You know what to do. Just suck it up and do it. And I
Yeah.
wasn't, because all I was doing was beating myself up. So we shifted from that real negative space to a much more positive space, and just it made all the difference in the world for me.
So powerful. What you just described there, we haven't even gotten into this piece yet, because we haven't started. We launch in September the next round of the Fit with Grace coaching program, but a big piece of that is walking you through how your thoughts show up in the results that you have. I walk you through this really simple process, this thought model that walks you through how the thoughts that we focus on, the ones that we indulge in most practiced in our brain, that is why we have the results we do. So of course it makes perfect sense when you're beating yourself up over every small hiccup. It could be something tiny, but in our mind, we hold this expectation that we should be doing it perfectly. We should be doing it like this because I know how and it worked like this before. However, it's not. So we have to find a new space and then become curious and compassionate towards ourselves and what worked and what didn't, which is all part of the program that I walk people through. So that was just a beautiful explanation, and I'm honored to have you on the team. I love having you here. I'm super excited to see. We'll have to maybe do a follow-up at the end of the 12-week to just see
Yeah.
what transpired for you and where you're at. Is there anything else? I think this was fantastic, and I know you have to get back to work. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
I just want, like, the one last thing I want to say is that we have talked about how this spilled over into other parts of my life, and that has been one of the most transformational pieces for me also, is that work is insanely stressful for me. And over these last 3 weeks, it has been far more manageable, even though the stress level hasn't changed. So I I can't wait to see what else I'm going to learn from you, and what other mental shifts I can make to just make life a little bit more calm and grace filled, and just move in the right direction.
I love that so much because everyone can relate, right? Your work is a circumstance that's outside of you, but how you regulate your own emotions, which is what we talk about. That is the third pillar of my program, the mind management system. That is how we get to take ownership of our emotions, and essentially our response and how we process those things, and it impacts everything. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for sharing, Kenda.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you.